Hello everyone, welcome to the new and improved Single Age Show. Your name is...
My name is Joseph Mills. Your name is...
The Single Age.
And it's exciting to be with you today on the Single Age Show because we have an announcement to make. It is official. The documents have been signed. The registrations have been opened. We are officially a part of a leadership group that has been working on for quite a while what will become a Pride Festival taking place in Temecula, California.
Yeah.
The Transcendent Media is also a part of a worship center that meets in Temecula. Our worship center has been working with Temecula Valley Pride as well as a LGBTQ teen support team called Emily Space. And October the 18th, 2025, the parking lot of Temecula United Methodist Church will be the first site of year one of Temecula Pride. And we are quite excited. It has been a lot of meetings, a lot of conversations, a lot of daydreaming, and those daydreams have been shared around. They have grown, and they have grown in what will be roughly like a 60 vendor first year of Temecula Pride. Temecula is a red pocket in Riverside County, and a red pocket in California. And when I was transitioned to become the church leader at Temecula United Methodist Church, I was sent there specifically because of that church's desire to have a more aggressive focus on the LGBTQIA plus community. And here we are. This has been huge. It's fantastic. Go to TemeculaValleyPride.org, and there is a sign-up space if you're interested in being a vendor for this event. And it's quite exciting to have gotten to this point. Single H, you have been a part of some rallies and gatherings that we have done in this conglomerate.
Yeah.
Including on June 7th, we will have been, I don't know when this is posting, I'm going to say all this in the past tense.
Yeah.
We will have been at Oceanside, Pride by the Beach, and you've done that many years.
Yes.
So maybe use that as a balancing point. Why is all of this Pride shenanigans important?
It's important right now more than ever, considering the hundreds of bills that have already come through in the first half of the year. And let's just remember, it was a riot at first. Now let's just, more than anything, every Pride is a protest. Every Pride is a protest.
Yes. And you are absolutely right. Not just legislation, executive orders. There is a strong lashing out at the LGBTQIA plus community. There is a huge lashing out specifically towards our transgender siblings. And we got to keep pushing back. We have to be bigger and bigger. And one of the biggest things, not just Transcendent Media doing these weekly podcasts, 15 minutes on LGBTQIA plus issues, 15 minutes on showing the community that your interests make you who you are as well. But the voices have to be more louder now.
Yeah, and every time you go to a Pride, you're still attending a protest.
Yes.
Even though it's not the sign rain type of protest.
Yes.
And right now, I'm going to say that in a very certain way. Right now, that being you is an act of protest. and going to Pride is an even bigger act of protest. Going, no, we're not going to hide. Fuck you guys. We're not going to hide. You wanted to. No.
I think I saw a sticker, or didn't you make a sticker for the sticker store? It said "BU be crime."
Yes. I said it said be trans, be crime.
Be trans, be crime.
Yes.
Yeah. And we are literally living in a day and an age that there is such a huge backlash on individuals trying to live within their individualized identities, their pure wholeness of their identities, bodily autonomy. Is that the right phrasing?
Yes.
It is being ripped away. That it shouldn't be anyone's problem on what you do to your body unless it's harming another person. And there's nothing that harms another person by you being you. And I do need to say that. I mean, if people can't just go around doing whatever. You cannot harm another person. But honest to God, living into the wholeness of your identity is not harming anyone else. And if that is harming someone else, that's their problem and not yours.
Yeah, it's their insecurities that they can't be whole. That's why it's harming them. That's why in their mind it's harming them. But it's not. You being your whole itself can only help. It can literally only help. The more that you are honest to yourself, you're honest to basically everybody else.
Yes.
It's a cause and effect.
And the more honest you are with yourself, there will be other individuals that see you growing into that identity, and that sets them free as well to see if this person can do it, I can do it too. It's why pride is important. If an individual feels self-contained because they're worried about the reaction of another person on them being the wholeness of themselves, then that's why pride is important. I know I say this a lot on this podcast, but when I hear people, every time I hear someone say, I don't know why this needs to be shoved down my throat, is only another example of why we have to talk more.
Yeah. Good. You being you is not shoving it down their throats. They think it is because they want it to be a bigger thing than it actually is. You being you is amazing. But it is not shoving it down somebody's throat by being you.
Yes. And again, if you get caught in that language of I don't understand why this needs to be thrown down my throat, you're not the problem. So that's why things like pride still need to be existed. That's why this whole national straight thing that's being pushed right now is offensive, because no one has ever been bloodily attacked for being a straight person. They have been bloodily attacked for being massholes. They've been bloodily attacked for provoking other people to an extent that people have had to defend themselves. But that's the bad things. That is, don't do things that hurt other people, because God bless, when other people have to defend themselves, it's annoying, dude.
Yeah.
It's annoying. So please support your pride. And if your town doesn't have a pride acknowledgement, if your favorite store doesn't have pride apparel, literally ask for the manager to ask where to find it, because they need to hear that it matters to someone and they're looking for it. Money always leads to change. And I hate to say that, but when people see that they're losing money because of something that they've decided not to do, they change their minds. because the angry cis cracker is still going to go to Target to buy soap. But
Yep.
it's the liberal brigade that stops going to a place because they don't support their community that has lost income.
Yeah. And I'm going to continue saying that even though this year Target has a Pride collection, do not get that action messed up with the one that they did earlier this year. Do not support that, please.
When they removed diversity, equity, and inclusion practices, that still holds weight.
So please don't support Target's new Pride collection. If anything, I bet it will be taken down at the same amount of time that it took last year.
Can we debate that a little bit, though? I want to take the negative on that. Yes, you're right. You're right that we need to acknowledge their overall stance. But I want you to respond to me. I want you to get mad at me. I want you to push back, okay?
Okay.
Why would it be bad to buy Pride items to show them that those items are needed?
Basically on the same virtue of it's a fake green flag. It's fake. Because they are already done the action undoing what they are trying to do with this.
Uh-huh.
They're trying to say they're diverse, even though they took away the program for them to be diverse easily.
Uh-huh.
They took away the thing that collection means.
I got you. Don't back off. I asked you to be mean.
It is the meaning of the collection, which had been clearly shown, is not one of their values.
Okay. Understood. Thank you. So help me out. The phrasing, and we've used this on the podcast before, the phrasing that we are pushing around at right now is rainbow washing, is what it's called. You throw a rainbow out in June to show everybody you care, but you never stop things that were hurtful.
Yes.
For an example, I have seen an LGBTQIA affirming commercial for Chick-fil-A, but we know that their corporation gives funds to ministries like Focus on the Family, and they back political stances that is exclusionary.
Yes.
Focus on the Family was one of the first large religious groups that really pushed against an LGBTQ coupling because it was a strain on American family values. So, rainbow washing.
Yes.
Yes.
And that is a blatant example of Target rainbow washing.
Yeah.
All of the stuff that actually say gay on it is on their website exclusively.
Uh-huh.
And everything in store that says authentic, because they're afraid to say the word out loud in public.
Okay. Wow.
But more things that...
Well, queer rage
Yeah.
coming from single age today.
Yeah.
Kids, which is more reasons why that we need to. So how do we properly support it then? We don't go into Target and buy Pride stuff. How do we properly support Pride?
You directly find LGBTQIA plus owned businesses. You find artists a part of the community.
Uh-huh.
You support the community itself instead of people who are faking to support it.
So how do I do that? Do I walk into a store and I say, hey fella, are you queer? How do I do that?
You directly look up on the internet. Like, hey, what are local LGBTQIA plus artists in the area that I can buy their art? What are some local businesses owned by people a part of the community? and then you can help that way because you're directly raising it up.
And I'll share with you another way, too. And unfortunately, I do give this conglomerate hit points by doing this. But every once in a while, I go to the Moms of Liberty website to see what they're against, to know what I need to be for. And if Moms of Liberty are against it or for it, I know I need to be the other way. Yeah. So listen to these conservative hate groups and whatever that they're against, learn more about them because there's something fruitful in it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I watched this video last week. This might be a complete single 8 show proper this week. I watched this video this past week, and I want to make sure you get to see it too. It was one queer versus 25 conservatives. Have you seen that video?
Oh, yeah. I know what channel you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, but you don't sound... What? Tell me
They
more.
also did one about...
They flipped it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
With,
that's
like,
just,
one of the big heads.
Yeah.
Big talking head were on it.
Yeah.
And I don't have to say his name. You know his name. That's by me. Other people around my age too. That I'm not going to.
But a conservative voice.
Yeah.
But,
very big talking head.
Okay, but can I share with you? I actually admire that they did both. They were able to show both debates, and you can learn by other people's mistakes as much as you can learn from your own. So I kind of like that I kind of like learning that they've done both. Okay, you don't have to like it. You can be mad at the talking head. I get it, but I'm glad that they've done both because it helps weigh out the information and process the entire story.
Yeah.
But the one that I watched, it was the one LGBTQIA plus person versus 25 conservatives. He was really schooling people, including, so I go to school board meetings in Temecula, and one of the big churches out there is this church called the 412, and it is the mega conservative moral majority church of Temecula. One of their representatives was on the video, and one of their representatives that was always at school board meetings was on the video, and the guy that was debating him, the LGBTQ person, schooled him, rocked his world, and it was quite awesome to see. So it's kind of cool to see those videos so that as our siblings are looking for allies, they can hear that voice, especially in the one conservative versus 25 LGBTQ. The more that you hear the other 25 voices debating back at that person, you get to hear that there's a lot of people that are supporting you. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm still going to bring up the channel for people to watch. Watch Samantha Lutz. She is a trans woman, and she also, a lot of her videos are like breaking down the argument that people do and ripping them to pieces.
Yeah.
So that is also a good person to watch.
Samantha Luck, is she the transgender lady that kind of always wears kind of like a leather jacket and it does sort of like a punk rock news sort of thing?
No.
All right, I'm going to find out who that is to make sure you see them. I like that person too. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's a lot of good, if you're from the other side of the pond, in England, there's No Offense, and...
is that a female
No,
voice? Oh, okay.
He is a trans man.
Trans man.
And
okay.
one of my and Jamie Bogger are good people to watch if you're from the other side of the pond.
Or
on the side, but
Yeah.
if you need, like, direct from London and England, they are the people to go to, because they see the new build get packed over there, and
there's a lot.
there's
a progressive. There is a conservative push worldwide right now that's a bit scary.
Currently, that's across the world, and currently, the biggest thing that we can do is collectively come together.
Yes.
They're being a collective, so we should be a collective.
Yeah.
We need to stop infighting, because they're going to be constantly infighting no matter what.
Yeah. And there is infighting in the LGBTQ community, because there are LGB people, pushers.
Yeah, that are transphobic and actively try to take our rights away.
But what they need to learn is those rights become their rights that are being taken away. And it's very scary when we begin to see rights being taken away, and it's all fear-based too.
Yep.
We were watching last night. Did you watch that Star Trek episode at all that GAPD and I were watching?
Next Gen or...
It was Next Generation.
I came in like bits and pieces.
Did you catch on what they were fighting about? It was this whole fear-based politicking over the Kardashians, and Captain Picard was trying to tear down the fear-based politicking. And you got to understand that.
And that's poured into the episode of Deep Space Nine after.
Oh, it was?
It's what Deep Space Nine.
Also?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, but the show I watched was Next Generation.
Yeah.
And that was the focus of Next Generation, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you gotta that show came out in the late 80s.
Yes.
But that whole fighting against fear-based laws, fear-based politics was being talked about then. And it's scary how much that
it's still going
on. And because fear will always be in the way.
And these are another two great shows to watch. Watch Star Trek Next Generation and Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
And Star Trek.
Collectively.
Yeah.
But I feel like right now, lean more like in the 80s zone. It's kind of going to be that prime area, and probably Discovery is going to have the most underlining reflections in what's going on, if you want to see it through an easier to see lens, for lack of a better word.
Well, the original series was very progressive in thought too.
Yes.
So it just Gene Roddenberry saw a different world that we're not living in. Well, we're going to end up in the Mad Max world and not the Star Trek world, but hopefully we can get things together that we end up in the Star Trek world.
Yep. Not even the SPD world.
What? What is SPD?
Power Rangers, my favorite season.
SPD.
When it was a mixture of aliens and humans on Earth. That it basically had nothing going on other than like the monsters attacks here or there.
Yeah.
And all working together to help each other.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, even though we don't want to hear it, we're all not that different. We're really not.
Yeah.
As much as we want to be unique, we all have... There is always a little bit of copy and paste, for lack of a better word.
And we will keep pushing that agenda until people stop saying, why are you shoving this down our throats?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, Champ.
We'll have a lighter episode next week.
But we got some time, so let's do a commercial.
You do one, or I'll do a weird Rolling Green.
That's right, friends. We at Rolling Greens Golf and Cemetery celebrate Pride Month year round. Enough said.
Yeah.
And
no, what hole?
coffee.
How many holes do you?
There's 18 holes of golf.
Oh no! What number would there be? Like a little Pride area? I'm trying to think.
It's in two separate spots at hole 6 and at hole 9.
Yeah.
There's
no, it stretches between hole 6 and hole 9. It stretches. It's a whole little Pride.
The whole Pride stretch.
Yeah.
That's right in June. God damn it.
Sorry. This is how my brain works.
At Rolling Greens Golf and Cemetery, you can have your own personal Pride Parade. That's right. You can play 18 holes of championship golf, but in 4 holes, enjoy our own personal parade of celebration and peace. That's right. All are welcome. And between hole 6 and hole 9, we celebrate the wholeness of your identity. At Rolling Greens Golf and Cemetery, make the place that you got your hole in one your place for your hole 4-1. All 69 times you play at Rolling Greens.
And Harley Quinn has a booth. Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy have a booth. This is what next week's episode is going to be about. We're going to plan out Pride and golf.
We just had the best single A show ever, and now we have tanked it with this. You want to sell some coffee?
Come get your cup of roasted blue coffee down at Beanie Diner and drink and die.
Come celebrate Pride in the most offensive way possible and drink some coffee and die.
Yeah.
That's the best way to end this podcast.
We're on Hinge today, can you tell?
Right. That's the simulation of this week.
Your name is...
redacted out of embarrassment. Your name is...
The Single H. Have a great week.